Yo, what's going on, boys? It's your man back for another figure review, and today we're finally taking a dive back in to the Funko Five Nights at Freddy's line. Today we have not the best figure I've ever held in my hands, but we have Toxic Springtrap. Look at this dude. So as you can see, if you're a I guess an older Fnaf fan, not even an older Fnaf fan, but you're not up on the Fnaf AR lore, you may be wondering, when did Springtrap get herpes, or whatever you'd even call this disease? You got the monkey pox right now. But I'd say this is the point we're at in the figure line. That's all it is. This is where we're at. In this line, I'm gonna rant quick just because I really like this line, and I feel like it's just getting worse and worse. Like, they're taking steps further and further away from what I guess the fans want, or I guess me personally, I don't really know what the fans want. But this is not it. Like, this line, it started with the FNAF 1 wave, and it had Springtrap in it for some reason. And then ever since that wave, maybe a couple after, they just keep reusing it. And they keep reusing it and doing the FNAF AR stuff. And I don't know, maybe to me it doesn't feel like FNAF at this point anymore. Like, we're getting all these weird VRs, and we're getting the next wave is going to be tie-dye figures. I feel like they're going in the wrong direction. Like, they should just be going and doing the waves we needed. Like, they obviously have the sculpts for a FNAF 2 wave, but they still don't give us a FNAF 2 wave. And I think this line fell off. I gotta say it. Now, I don't want to be too hateful on the line, but the quality of figures it fell off again. It's so much worse now, and I don't want to be rude to FNAF AR because the designs are super good in that game, but I just don't think they translate well to figure form, and I just don't think they really feel like FNAF. I don't know. It feels like a Dokkan Battle kind of thing, like FNAF Dokkan Battle. We got Springtrap Youth in the game, and I don't think that's something that fits FNAF, you know? But whatever, I'll try and keep my biases aside, my hatred for recent Funko figures. But moving out of the way, bringing this man in, looking at the paint and sculpt, you can see the sculpt, like I'd say since the original Springtrap, the sculpting is super good, and there's so much detail on it, but it just doesn't look great. Like, on camera, it kind of looks really good right now for some reason, but in person, it just doesn't have that look of quality. Like, you gotta look really close. All the balls on him are not very, like, there's no paint on them to outline it, so it just blends in with the rest of the figure, especially them using this clear gummy plastic now. I don't know where they got the idea. Well, I know where they got the idea, but I don't know why it's stuck, because this plastic, I hate this kind of gummy, sticky, gooey plastic. It's good for children's toys so they don't break, but as a collector, it's not good. And that was my big problem with the Loyal Subjects Raphael in the sewer searching. The whole figure had that pooey quality taste, I don't know, texture, I guess. And then all the accessories and everything were in this gummy plastic. And it doesn't feel good, I don't know. It's not quality, I guess you'd say. And the whole figure is made of that, and it's made of this weird clear plastic, so all the details in the sculpt don't really stick out. And as you can see, the paint isn't the best. A lot of the edges on all of this goop is very thin and like flaky, and all of it's very like fragile. Yeah, that's the word. You can see all in the front of the hand, it's all scraped up. On the shoulder, I've got pieces scraping off, which usually with the FNAF line, the paint is durable. Like, I think you could say these are children's toys. So usually they're very durable, but they're not. They're going to the way where it's losing quality to be durable, I guess. So the plastic is gummy and gross, and it doesn't really feel good. End of story. Moving to the paint. Paint's not the best. Again, doesn't really help with the sculpt. A little bit cruddy around the sides and everything. For quality control in general, though, I'd say it's gone up. There was only one Springtrap, so I was forced to get this one with a messed up eye. But other than that, the paint is pretty decent. Nothing crazy. Like, no terrible missing paint in half these places and everything. And everything is pretty much on mark. It's just the quality, again, of it. Like, it scrapes off. It doesn't hold up well. And on top of the pooey, gooey plastic, which I think makes the paint worse, being this plastic, it just doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel like a decent figure. which the price did go up on these guys. We still don't get a Build-A-Figure anymore. So that's why I feel like I'm getting pushed away from the line. It's like Marvel Legends, except they still do give us Build-A-Figures. Now, moving on, for the articulation on this sucker, at the head here, you can see that is all the way down. He does not look forward anymore. He's always kind of gazing up. He's got a wandering eye. But for back, he looks even more up. If you want to have him flying or something, I don't know, preaching, praying even. But it's the same double ball joint that they've been using. So you get some decent articulation on the whole head, nice swivels all the ball around and everything. At the shoulder, it goes up, straight out. Nice joints on this guy, not too loose, I guess you'd say. They don't pop off too bad. Goes all the way around. I'm guessing this is where the paint scrapes, so be careful if you care about it. At the bicep, nice little normal single joint with the swivel. Pretty much everything on this figure is a ball joint. Usual at the hand, just the nice swivel action. And I actually do like these hands. They are brand new, sculpt-wise at least. They have a decent pose to them to kind of look like he's reaching, which I think, again, is something they should do. So I think that is the biggest problem with this, is there's so much hope for this line. Like, they have good sculpt, decent enough paint for the price, and they're showing us that they, I guess, don't know what we want, but have an idea of what we want. And that's why I think it sucks so much, is because they could be giving us high quality, like actual Fnaf 1, 2, 3 kind of thing figures, but they just keep giving us this, and I'm not a fan. If I had to give this a star rating, I'd probably give it like 1 star, 1.7 out of 10. Not too good, but moving on. Still no waist articulation on the Springtrap body. I wish there's something they would do is update the articulation some more. Like, throughout literally the whole entire line, the only update of articulation we've ever gotten was the addition of a waist swivel on a couple of waves, and that was it. We've never gotten ball joints on the hands. We've never gotten swivels at the ankle or a hinge or nothing. And I feel like that would be a really good way to resurrect the line almost. Make it feel like a new line instead of just the same figures again and again and again and again. Because that's what's, I think, making it even worse. Because the quality of the figures is there. They're different enough where if you wanted to have a whole collection, they'd probably look good all together. But they're just not, it's just not it. Like, they keep giving us, I don't even know. I don't even know. So, continuing at the legs. Kicks forward, not the best. Kicks back quite well for some reason. Goes out to the side a little bit. You know, the goop kind of gets in the way of all the articulation. But the articulation's not really that good to begin with, so it's not a complaint. Single joint at the knee, get your swivel action going on. And again, there is no sort of articulation at the feet. Again, if they were to just update it, it would make it feel more different instead of, again, the same thing. So now for accessories, doesn't come with any. No Build-A-Figure piece, no goop accessory. I don't know, something like Carnage has where he could put it on his neck or something would have been kind of cool. But I think, again, that is the problem with the line, is we're getting less and less, and the price keeps going up, and the quality is not. Like, I would say, picking out, I'll bring one of my comparisons earlier, like this figure. When they released this, it was maybe wave 3, like, altogether, kind of. And the quality, it's the same exact figure again, but it really feels different. The quality is so nice. They gave him this weird glossy eyes. The feet and everything are all different colors, and it's a cool concept. But the problem with it, or not the problem with that, the problem with this one is it doesn't feel like that. They didn't put a lot of effort into it. They just saw, oh, Fnaf AR has a new Springtrap design, make it a figure, get it out there. And that's why I hate having the sculpting be so good, is because obviously there's someone trying to put effort into this. There's someone somewhere in Funko, deep down inside, that's trying to make this a good wave, but they just are a good line. But I don't know, they might have lost the budget, or they just, I don't know, some restrictions, something. But there is just so much hope here that's getting crushed. My dreams of great Fnaf figures. So now, moving to comparisons. Standing this guy nice in the middle. Bringing in the original Springtrap, which I still think is a better figure than this guy. It's been re-released now probably a good handful of times. I don't know, I can't tell you how many times they've re-released Wave 1. But I still think that's a better Springtrap figure. And then bringing in just a little Freddys Fazbear to give him a little bit of a comparison. And I think I'll get my customs out of the way here and actually show some of the earlier waves, just to say, like, look at the difference in quality of these. This is even more of a recent wave, and they just, like, they updated the articulation with these guys. This is when they had all the movable joints and everything. The shoulders were updated, so they worked really good with the old design. But this guy, they just didn't do anything like that. They didn't give him any sort of, other than the new hands, I guess, they didn't give him any sort of crazy draw. Like, there's nothing that different about this guy that would make you go, let me buy him. And this was the only figure in that wave that I even thought about buying, so that just tells you how the rest of the wave is. Bruh. Move this guy out of here. I guess we'll just bring in some more general comparisons for those who are not Fnaf addicted and do not have every single Fnaf figure ever, except for the recent waves. Little Super Saiyan 4, a little Jason Voorhees action. And I think this shows, again, just the quality of the figures. Of course, these are two super expensive figures, so they're not the best showing of it. You know, all right, let me show. Just to prove my point a little bit here, we got this Springtrap for $12, $12.99 for the single figure. I could bring in a 2-pack here, this Bebop versus Michelangelo here, and this was double the price of the Springtrap, but you're pretty much getting like quadruple the value. Just the paint and sculpt on these figures is so much better, which I guess you could say it's probably because of the company. The people behind the scenes aren't putting enough, or I guess they just don't care enough to put the effort in to make it a really, really successful, well, it's probably is successful, but a really, really good line. Like, the quality just is not there. So, final thoughts on this guy. I am not a fan. Again, it just shows that the wave has kind of fell off. I don't think there really is a wave or a way they could fix it. Of course, they could do like an overhaul kind of thing, like, oh, they'll change the company, but I doubt any of that will happen. I'm sure it'll just keep going like this. I'm guessing it'll just keep going with the Fnaf AR or whatever is new coming out. Like, if there's a new VR game, they'll put that in there, or like with Security Breach, they'll just pump those out when they leaked the figures. Oh my god. So it doesn't really look good for the Funko line. I'd say if they could take a step back in the Fnaf series, and if they literally were to just practically do a reset and then just start Fnaf 1 wave, you know, the 4 original figures, Golden Freddy Build-A-Figure, boom, perfect. Then they go to Fnaf 2 with the second wave. They'd probably have to do multiple waves of Fnaf 2 because there's just so many Fnaf 2 characters that we need that we've never even seen. I just remembered, we've never even seen withered animatronics. They could make, I'm telling you, so much money off of these waves. If they were to put out back-to-back a Fnaf 2 wave with the toy animatronics and say Build-A-Figure Mangle, and then another Fnaf 2 wave with their animatronics, Build-A-Figure Puppet or something like that, they could make a slaughtering off of that. And they just don't. They keep putting stuff like this out, which I guess shows why I really haven't bought anything since the, I'd say probably the glow-in-the-dark wave or the Easter wave, because it's not good. It's not a good sign whatsoever, and I just hope it gets better. You know, there is still the hope. I know Funko probably isn't gonna improve enough, but I think if they were to make little strides, you know, like a wave of new stuff, oh, that's crazy. That's a big ask. A wave of like Fnaf 2 or something, maybe even Fnaf 3, because then they could reuse and it wouldn't even be that big of a deal. It's just stuff we need. I'd say go for, and by one last thing to say, I'd tell Funko, if you're listening, yo, Funko, the whole company of Funko is listening right now, I'd say go back to the canon Fnaf stuff. There's a phone call in the background. I hope someone answers that. But go back to the canon Fnaf stuff, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, because we still could, there's so much stuff they could do that they never did, and it would sell 100%. You couldn't even have the excuse of, it wouldn't sell good. People don't like Fnaf. People only buy these because they see the Fnaf logo, and they see like Springtrap or Freddys Fazbear, because I'm willing to bet 100% of people do not know what Toxic Springtrap is. Most of the people probably don't even know what majority of these characters are or what they're from, and it's probably just little kids and stuff. So, thank you guys for watching. This is, I was expecting like barely even 10 minutes, a whole 5 extra minutes of straight complaining. Funko, I'm gonna write you a sternly worded letter. Don't even get me started. Alright, I'll see you guys next time. I just wanted to put out another video in between the sewer searching. I feel like I've been cranking out too many sewer searching. The whole, like, past 5 videos, like, 3 of them are sewer searching, so I'm trying to just change it up. Yeah, return to Fnaf. Nah, I'm out. I'm gonna stick to customs. I'll see you guys in the next custom video. Have a good one.